You know how some games just go exactly as you'd expect? Well, this wasn't one of them. Not even close. Today, we're talking about a cricket match that didn't just bend the rules, it basically threw the rulebook out the window. So get this, how does a cricket match end in a tie and then a tie again? I mean, that sounds made up, right? But it actually happened, and the story of how it all went down is just one of the wildest things you'll see in sports.
Yeah, we're going to dissect the anatomy of this double super over thriller. This was the T20 World Cup clash between South Africa and Afghanistan, a match that just refused to end, and it pushed everyone, players and fans, right to the absolute limit.
Now, for anyone who's not a diehard cricket fan, you might be asking, what on earth is a super over? Think of it like a penalty shootout in soccer, or overtime in basketball. It's supposed to be a quick, clean, one-over tiebreaker to get a winner. Each team gets 6 balls to score as many runs as they can. Simple, right? The team with more runs wins. The key word there is supposed to be. As you're about to see, it wasn't so simple this time. All right, let's get into the game itself. First up, South Africa's batting. Their game plan? Pretty straightforward. Score a massive pile of runs. Basically, build a mountain so high that it looks impossible to climb.
And they did just that. They put up 187. Now, in a high-stakes World Cup match, chasing that kind of target, that's a huge ask. Honestly, a score like that wins you the game most of the time.
And the guys who really did the damage were Ryan Rickleton and Quinton de Kock. These two put on a huge 114-run partnership. They were just completely in the zone, setting a blistering pace that Afghanistan really had no answer for. But listen, Afghanistan wasn't just there for a day out. No way. They came out absolutely swinging, launching this incredible counterattack that seemed to catch South Africa completely off guard. You could feel the entire stadium start to buzz, thinking, wait a minute, could an upset actually be on the cards here? And leading that charge, the absolute star of the show was Rahmanullah Gurbaz. He played one of the innings of his life. 84 runs off just 42 balls. He wasn't just scoring, he was taking the South African bowlers apart, piece by piece. Just incredible power hitting. And because of Gurbaz's heroics, what looked like an impossible chase suddenly felt, well, totally possible. The whole momentum of the game was shifting. You could literally feel the belief surging in the Afghanistan dugout, and you could see the nerves starting to jangle for South Africa. Okay, so this is it. It all comes down to the final over of the main match. And this is the moment where the game goes from being a really good contest to an absolute all-time classic. Afghanistan is right there, on the brink of a historic victory. Okay, you have to follow this sequence because it is just pure madness. First, the South African bowler bowls a no ball, which is illegal. That gives Afghanistan a free hit, basically a free swing where you can't get out caught. Perfect, right? Nur Ahmad takes full advantage and smashes a massive 6. All of a sudden, victory looks like a sure thing. They need just 5 runs from 4 balls. It comes down to the very last ball, 2 runs needed to win. They hit it, they sprint for the run, the fielder grabs the ball, throws, it's a direct hit on the stumps, run out. The batter is short, the scores are tied. Can you even believe it? So, we're all tied up. Time for the tiebreaker, the super over. This is where we're supposed to get a winner, right? A nice clean finish. Well, nope. Instead, it just ratcheted up the drama to a level that was almost too much to handle. So, Afghanistan bats first in the super over, and they just go for it, smashing 17 runs. Now, that is a really, really tough target in a one-over shootout. South Africa needs 18 to win. It all comes down to the final single ball. They need a 6. A home run, basically. Anything less, and they lose. And Tristan Stubbs, he does it! He sends it sailing over the rope for a 6. The scores are tied. Again. Okay, so at this point, everyone's just looking at each other. We are in completely uncharted territory. The officials are literally dusting off the rulebook. A second super over. This has never ever happened before in a T20 World Cup. History, right before our eyes.
All right, here we go. This is it, the final showdown. After all of that, all the twists, all the turns, one more over for all the marbles. One team gets the win, the other gets pure heartbreak.
This time, South Africa bats first, and led by some incredible power hitting from David Miller, they put up a gigantic 233 runs. The target is 24. It feels impossible. But Afghanistan, with Gurbaz again playing like a hero, they go for it. He smashes 3 6s in a row in a desperate, valiant chase. But it just wasn't enough. They finish on 19, they fall just short, and South Africa finally gets the win. So, we had a winner. But the story doesn't just stop with the final score. The emotional toll of a game like this on everyone involved was just immense.
I mean, just listen to these words from the Afghanistan captain, Rashid Khan. You can feel the absolute agony. So unlucky. Gave everything. One dive, one ball could have finished it. To fight that hard and lose on a margin that small, that's the very definition of sporting heartbreak.
And then you have the flip side, the South African captain, Aiden Markram. And you can just hear the sheer relief in his voice. He knows it wasn't pretty, but he also knows that in big tournaments, winning these nail-biters, these ugly games, that's what champion teams do. You just have to find a way.
And maybe this quote from Lungi Ngidi, who was the player of the match, says it all best. Never been that stressed in my life in a cricket game. When a professional athlete at the top of his game says that, you know this wasn't just another match. It was an absolute pressure cooker, a true test of what these guys are made of.
Which leaves us with just one last thing to think about. When you take all of that, the drama, the back and forth, the historic firsts, the raw human emotion, does this match have a serious claim to be the greatest T20 match ever played? Well, that's a debate that's going to rage on for a very long time.